All right, getting back to it, locking in a couple of videos today because I got time and I'm trying to get through my list of videos to knock out. So this is the Output Co-Producer plugin review that I've been beta testing for a while. I think they just announced, hopefully, that you can use this side of the plugin called Reimagine, which was in beta for a while. I think it technically still is in beta, but we're going to check it out. Before we get into that, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Check out the links in the description where you can get some free sync licensing bonuses, including a limited time offer from Jesse Josephson, who I did an interview with 2 episodes ago now on this podcast, where we talked about his new plugin called Sync Match, which is great for finding out what songs have been placed in the top 20 TV shows or TV channels over the last month. And then you can also upload your music, have it analyze your music, and compare your music to those songs that have been placed over the top 20 channels over the last month. So check out that interview. It's called Sync Match. Check out that episode with Jesse Josephson. And yeah, the last episode I did was a review of another plugin instruments, and today we're going to talk about Output Co-Producer. So I'm working on alt country project, alternative country, and I just laid together an idea right now with piano and drums. I'm going to play that for you, and then we're going to jump into Output Co-Producer. I'm going to show you how you can use it to help either get inspiration or actually get some sounds that you can use in your music productions. So I'm going to play what I have so far. So nothing too crazy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my master plugin here. I'm going to go to co-producer, and I'm going to load this just on the, it has to be loaded. It's not an insert. It's not an instrument. So it has to be loaded as like an audio effects. It's going to tell me about the new reimagined version. I can get variations on the sample. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play it. I'm going to capture my audio here. If you've seen reviews of this plugin, you know how this works. But if you haven't, basically I can play back what I have and it'll capture that audio. So I'm going to do that now. And if you want, I could play it back. And it sort of captures some of that element. I happen to know that I am in the key of C minor right now, which you do need to know what key your song is in so that it'll help to source those samples. And now I can type in what I want. So in this case, I can say, give me, debating what I want to see here. I don't even want to say give me. I will say country, guitar, strums. And then I hit enter. It'll look through sort of the sources that they have, which include the arcade line of instruments. And it'll give me some ideas here. I can also narrow down by categories. I haven't seen this before, so I'm hoping, Output don't kill me, I'm hoping this is still not a beta that hasn't been released yet. All right, I'm going to play through what we have so far. I don't really like that. I did put C minor, right? That didn't really sound like C minor. That sounded more, does say tricones. It's probably more tritone stuff. There we go. So what I can then do, I will hit convert file. I will drag that file in, and it sounds like this. I will have to adjust some of the keys because I don't think it's going to match the notes I'm playing. So I'll have to see if I can figure that out. Let's hit play. So I hear that my piano changed a little earlier. So what I want to do now is identify where the keys are changing in this guitar sample. So right here, then right here, and then right here. And then we want to see if we can make it make sense with what's happening on the piano right here. And that changes like right there, which I think is Discord. We'll find out. And I'll play that twice. And then is that this one? And then we have this one. And then we'll repeat that. So there you go. Except the second time around, the last chord is different, which I don't know if I have. I'll show you what we can do. That last chord is actually, I'm playing a G major. I believe this is a B flat major. So what I'm going to do is just transpose this down 1, 2, 3 semitones. And that should give me the last chord that I need. Again, I might be moving kind of fast. You can check out some courses I have if you go to fingaz.com. You can use code summer2025. Check out some courses where I dive in on how I do more music production, making like epic cinematic music, hip hop music, trailer music. So there we go. So that's that. And I believe these are still royalty free. It still adheres to the output sort of rules and regulations when it comes to using their sounds and loops and things. These are human generated loops. So this is not AI generated loops yet. We will get to that shortly. And actually, I'm not seeing, oh, there it is, Reimagine. So let's say I do like this riff that I used. Now I use this one, right? So let's say I want to get some variations of that. I can hit this Reimagine beta, which I think you can still see here, right here. I'm going to hit that. And it's going to give me some Reimagine versions in the same key of my session that I chose down here, C minor. It automatically detected the tempo. I wish it had like half tempo and double tempo 2 times, but you know, first world problems. Let's go here. So I actually like this first one. The first one is a little bit more choppy. I like that. I'm still gonna have to go in and do some editing to get the right chords. So let's go back to here. Actually, that might line up, except it's not exactly 4 bars, but. So what I'll do is I'll just loop this. Now that's something, what I don't know is if someone else took the same loop and hit Reimagine, will it create the same sort of version for someone else? I don't know. I believe this part is AI generated. I don't think this is an actual loop that is in the arcade line or any of the output products, but it now has like a unique thing. Again, with Sync, using AI generated loops, definitely using them alone is not allowed in Sync. I still probably would not use this in Sync. Definitely not as is. I'd definitely manipulate it even more than it has been manipulated. It's just the AI generation with Sync licensing is up in the air, even though this is a Sync podcast. So just keep that in mind. Maybe if I get some vocals, if I throw a bunch of stuff into this thing, maybe, but yeah. Because I'm actually liking the direction it's going also. So if I were to do like more of the human element, I would bring in some other guitars, like let's say Guitar Hive or you know what, let's see. We're going to jump into arcade. I don't use arcade much. I use Output Creator, co-producer. What is it called? Co-producer creator. Because it basically sources arcade. But if I go to guitar and I go to samplers, let's see if I can find a sound here. I actually like that one. I haven't downloaded that one. Okay. I'm going to download this line. I'm going to go here. You know what I do want? I probably want samples. And I'm going to go to guitar. I'm going to hit generate sampler, and it's now going to give me, that is really loud. It's giving me those samples. I'm going to turn the delay down. And I do want this to be in the key of my song. I'm going to turn the volume down. I know your ears are getting blown away. And you hear that's playing like really fast. If I go to playback, I can do half speed. So I can go to each one. It's giving me some of the ambience. If I go back to the X this out, add more of the even though it's not sounding like it's in the key that's selected down here. So now I gotta go and do some fun adjusting. Oh, here's a... All right, let's try to... This has like a drone in the background. Let's call this guitar, I don't know, tone? Drone? I don't know. Keeping with the output, we're going to go to instruments now. I'm going to look for guitars. Let's see if there's any instruments here. Not bad. I'm listening for, am I listening for a specific sound? I don't know. I like this line of instruments because it's sort of the country sound. I might go with that line, even though it's taking a while to download. Let's keep playing some others. Let's see, did it finish downloading? Uh-oh, where is it at? I didn't write down the name of it. Horizon. So because this is an instrument, I can now play it on the keyboard. Try to dial in the sound. Let's figure this out. Guitar reverb. I gotta remember what I played. That one I'll probably throw, there's a lot of reverb and delay in there. I'm gonna knock out and make it even wider with greenhouse. I'll go Logic stock bass. I could do bass from studio bass. I could do bass from arcade, but even that sound is pretty good. we'll play it in and we'll figure it out. I also like making sure that the bass line is on these frets here and not too low like that. All right, we'll figure it out. And then I just start building out. I have a piano in there. A piano. You know what? Let's go to co-producer and let's see if there are some fun back. I don't even know if country percussion is a thing. Country percussion. Let's see what happens here. It's not bad, actually. Let's go here. But at some point, it becomes less of, what do you call it? Less production and more of like just dropping in loops that already exist. So how do we combat that is by adding more of us into the AI stuff, because I don't want to have, 30 different loops that anyone can put together, even though it is sort of unique, because the likelihood of someone putting all these different things together, chopping them up like I did, is lower. Adding more of me into it. So I could go into co-producer and get some strings, but let's say I want to just go to strings, pocket. I can use pocket strings. Now we're getting more into like, I'm actually making this into a track. So we'll see if I can finish it. Might even double this to give me some variation. If I do double it, I might even play the piano again, but we'll go with the strings for now. Strings. So the string is not too bad. I might layer that with some other strings, but I'm going to do with the violin here. This is swam violin. So now it's starting to sound like country popish. I like the piano, so I don't want to, in case I mess up on this one, I'm going to record piano again. So that I can get some more. So I can take what I originally paid and make that more of like an electric piano sound. I've seen some of your sync vids. Appreciate Garvey. Appreciate the support. So this one, if I change that piano to electric piano. Now this is a lot of stuff happening. All of this would not be happening at once. Right now I'm just creating like a 16 bar loop. So I have different tools in the toolbox that I can adjust. I can drop out as needed. Once I get a song like this, I'd probably get vocals on. So once those vocals come in, this is too much to have under vocals. I would have stuff adding and dropping throughout. Maybe create like a song structure out of it. I like to try to get up to like 15, 20 tracks instrumental wise and then adjust. So let's see, which could include like maybe more percussion stuff to make it fun, since I did bring in sort of like the output percussion, but I want to have more of my stuff in here. You know what? I'm gonna bring in do I want to go, let me type in percussion. Storm drum, original cinematic, bloom drum. I could do, there is one, is it called Borsta from Clef Grand? I don't use it a lot. Really organic sounding. Let me see, is there a decent kit in here? This is cardboard pipe. Percussion drums, big drum hits. I don't want drum hits. Latin. Let's go general menu. These are different menus. Is there an overall percussion menu, snare menu, pizza box menu? That could be fun. Lo-fi snare, top shelf percussion, barn find. We're in the country. Might be too barn findy. All right, let's go. Not experimental. Percussion, big drum hits, broken beats, busy djembe. There's something like that could work. Even that. Let me see how one of these loops work. I'm in the DC area. You can't even really hear it. So what if we maybe throughout we throw an 808 in there? Not with that quick delay. This is 808 I've been using for like the last year, 2 years. figure it out. That'll give me like another base layer and then one more, and then I'll probably call it a day for this video. I will probably flesh this out into a full song at some point. I have a layer. I need to get my presets together in here and expand, but I have a bass pad that I like using that I created in Expand, which is an old plugin, but I use that sound on a lot of bass. We'll call this bass synth. And this will give me more of the, I might need to get the lower octave. Except when I play it too hard, we get that sort of thing that I don't want. It's not bad. I might have to tweak that later, but I just want to get the layers in there. And then one more, and we'll call it a day. I've got to add a pad. This will be from Cinematic Pads if it loads up from the Spitfire Audio original series. That is too low. Still might be too low. Maybe something like that. We can add in some brightness. Maybe during some type of break, or I don't know. Throw in a couple transition sounds that I use on everything, and I'll call it a day. I will eventually try to flesh this thing out. I'll check out that comment you dropped in a little bit. Cymbal roll, timpani roll. Let's see if I can line it up correctly. Nope. Let's see if that works. Might be a little off. And then here, chop that up. I'll give you one more bonus, free stomp clap. If you go to Native Instruments and check out their Jacob Collier Audience Choir, it was free at one point. I don't know if it's still free. It is free stomp clap sound. It's actually a choir sound. I don't know if it's gonna load up. Because there we go. But at the higher range, there's like a stomp clap, which I'm gonna layer here. Stomp clap in country, right? Let me see, what am I doing? mean, that percussion alone, I could build a whole other thing out of. But yeah, so I'm really liking where this is going. I'm probably going to spend another like 20, 30 minutes to build this out. Let's see, Garvey, you're saying, I thought I might have seen you on our I sent a producer conference years ago. Garvey, yeah. So shout out to rest in peace to Jay Hatch, man. iStandard, this had to be 10, 15 years ago. I used to enter a lot of I never entered actually the in-person beat battles. Been to a few, met a lot of incredible people at some of those. I want to say Illmind, S1, Cardiac, but never really entered the beat battles because the beats I make were never, in my mind, they weren't beat battle. They weren't like when I was hearing these guys, like the beats from like S1 and like Apple Juice Kid, and there's a big guy from Texas. I can't remember his name. Sick With It. I mean, that guy, like when I would hear their stuff, I'm like, my music is not beat battle music. It's more for artists. Yeah, but shout out to iStandard, man. Shout out to the whole team. Jay Hatch. I actually caught up with someone recently from the iStandard team. It was a couple months ago. Just chopping it up. About like sort of the writing camps that I do with the company that I work with, and then the panels I'm doing for conferences and things. So yeah, Garvey, hit me up, shoot me a DM. We can chop it up offline. All right, I'm gonna end this. I'm probably gonna make this into a track. I'm working on a alt country project for Sync Library. Speaking of Sync, so I've been sort of in that lane. I tap into it like, once, a couple times a week. At this point, I have a couple instrumentals for artists that are working on them. So just adding that to my catalog because of, shout out to Shabuzi and, Beyonce and all the sort of people that are bringing sort of the alternative country pop vibe. I know it's not like die hard country, but in the sync space, that's sort of the trend that I've been seeing. So, even Big X to Plug, when you think about it, like Timbaland was on this vibe, with the artists he had. What was it? Bubba Sparks. And of course, Nelly, back in the day, had sort of the country mixed with hip hop. And then he did the song with, what was the group? Forgot the name of the group. But yeah, so it's been sort of underlying, but now it's more to the forefront over the last year, partly thanks to like the Old Town Road, Lil Nas X, and then Shabuzi, and then now you got like the boots on the ground. So like this, yeah, the Beyonce. So yeah, to get some real good placements in that last 5 years too. Yo, let's talk, Garvey. Yeah, if you're definitely in the sync space, I'm not really focused on the industry side, working with artists. Of course, if opportunities come up. I earlier this year, I don't know if I posted on this podcast. I might do another episode about it. I did share on social media. I did do the music for the opening music for the Little John and Pitbull World Tour. That was from sync and trailers. That actually came from doing trailer music. So, and I just posted a trailerization I did of an Usher song online, and Little John saw it and hit me up. And next thing you know, I'm working on some music for him. So opportunities can come. A lot of my opportunities have been from social media. So, sharing things like this, where it might only get 20 views or 10 views, but all it takes is that one person who's like, yo, let's collaborate, let's work together, let's do this project. I'm working on this project for Disney, or working on this project for, Beyonce or Jay-Z or whoever. And next thing you know, because the video only got 10 views, but one of those views was someone who was working with the team. But shout out to Output. This whole video was supposed to be for Output Arcade. Shout out to Output. I am a beta tester for some of their plugins. I was a beta tester for the co-producer plugin, and they now released that Reimagine feature, which you saw me use in this track. It is actually, which one is it? Is it this one? It says Reimagine on the file, this one right here. So this was the original I chopped this up a little bit, but this was the loop that I got from co-producer. And I chopped up some of those to align with the chords that I played. And then this is sort of the reimagined version that I layered under that, this one. And those together. And then I added some more guitars from Arcade. And then another guitar from Arcade. So you start to feel the country vibes. So again, I had to go in and do actually the arrangement of the piece, so you don't hear all this stuff at once, because all of it at once would just sound too crazy. But yeah, that's the vibe. I'll play through it a little bit one more time. So that's the vibe. But yeah, let's definitely link up, Garvey. Appreciate everyone who watches this video. Stay tuned for more. I don't know if I'm gonna get another live video in today, but definitely check out the last 2 episodes. The last one I did, I went over the free plugins that you can get from the Crow Hill company called Vaults. And then the one before that, I talk about Sync Match, which is an incredible plugin from Jesse Josephson. I interview him, and a great resource for those in sync licensing, where you can find out the music that has been placed on the top 20 US channels over the last month. And then you can also upload your music and have your music analyzed on that. All right, I'm gonna end this.